I'm Todd McAllister with the Texas Air Conditioning Contractors Association. Today I am with our 2019 president, Roy Jones of Armstrong Mechanical. Roy, congratulations on the presidency. Really do appreciate everything that you've done for our industry. And today we're just going to ask a couple of questions and kind of get your feel and lay of the land for TACCA. So Roy, give me a little bit of introduction on how you got into the HVAC business.
Okay, so grew up in the business. My father had a business, and so naturally I was free labor for a while. Then as junior high and high school, and then went to college, and then had an opportunity to go in business with him after college, and eventually buy the company. And then we worked in the company for quite some time, and then we had a chance to sell it, and so I'm with Armstrong Mechanical now. And oddly enough, that was the company that my dad worked for when he got out of the military in the late 40s. So
it's all come full circle.
It made a full circle. So that's where I'm working now, and really enjoy the commercial side of the business. And we have a residential as well, but
sure,
I'm commercial sales manager.
So, and that brings up an interesting point. A lot of people feel like TACCA is specifically for the small residential contractor, but obviously Armstrong gets value out of the TACCA membership. What do you feel like is important for Armstrong Mechanical?
Well, I mean, TACCA represents the contractors as a whole, because legislatively we have to be licensed to do business in Texas, and there's different licenses. There's A and a B. A primarily is more designed around the commercial type contractor, and then the B license is the smaller type contractor. So, so both industries get the benefit of TACCA, because TACCA's representation and legislation, and we have an opportunity to represent both groups.
So you brought up an important point. So TACCA, one of the strengths of TACCA, and everyone tells us this, contractors across the state, is the legislative aspect of what we do. So as we move in, this is a legislative session, and we're actually here at the NFIB Day. We're a sponsor for the NFIB Small Business Day at the Capitol tomorrow. What are some of the legislative goals that TACCA has for this 2019 session?
For 2019, we've got some issues that we're dealing with municipal fees and the legality of municipal fees to do business in certain areas. We're also partnering with some other organizations and for property taxes and wages and minimum wage laws. So there's a lot of issues. Even at this point, we don't know everything that we're going to be involved in, but TACCA has great representation here with Todd in Austin, our lobbyist Shannon Noble, and so though a lot of people don't realize what goes on behind the scenes, we have an opportunity to be in the forefront and know about issues that we can have some influence in.
Yeah, so our municipal license is a good indication of this. So what we're trying to do is basically, though you would still have to register to do business in a municipality, we're trying to basically wipe away the fee.
Right. I mean,
still permit fees, but you just don't pay the fee to do the business.
Permits to do the work, but not fees for the right to work. We're already paying that fee through the TDLR with our licensing, and there's many municipalities. So a contractor in a large metroplex could pay 10, 15, 20 municipal fees, and that can add up. And as a consumer, you don't want to have to pay for a whole lot of additional expenses that you don't need to. So therefore, TACCA is, we're at the forefront of that, trying to protect that, to reduce those fees.
And TACCA has a legislative committee that kind of sets the agenda for the year for the organization, right?
Yeah,
whenever this session comes up. So I'm not the one making all these decisions. It's you as contractors who are like, what is best for the contracting community in the state of Texas? Correct?
Right, and there's me as the current president, Matt Friend as past president. So most of us are all current officers or past officers who have been involved in the legislative process
for a while. So
for a while,
you understand how it works.
Right.
That's good stuff. And moving forward, As the legislation moves forward and things happen, do you realistically see that we could get this municipal fee reduced for the contractors?
Yeah, I think we do. I think this current legislative session has, everything they're pretty much looking at is going to be fees and licensing laws and, over-regulation. So I think we're going to have some opportunity to make a difference in this session, and we're already in the process of getting our bill written and quite possibly backed by one of our representatives.
So tell me a little bit about your involvement in TACCA. How did you become involved in TACCA? Why did you become involved in TACCA? What did you see whenever you first joined that kind of said, hey, this is a group of contractors that I want to be a part of?
Okay, so TACCA is also a part of a national organization called ACCA, Air Conditioning Contractors of America. And as a young contractor, I, basically looking for an opportunity. How can I learn? How can I learn to run an AC business? How do I learn the technologies, the up-to-date technologies? So back in the day, I guess back in the 80s, we became a national member. And in 95, there were some issues in Lubbock, where I'm from, that brought a large group of us contractors together to keep a utility out of our business.
Sure.
So as a result of that, we asked TACCA to be a part of it. We asked ACCA to be a part of it. So state and national organizations came in to help us. So basically an issue drove us to create our chapter. And when we did create our chapter, I was the first president of our chapter, and also the first board member to attend the TACCA. So that was in '96.
So we talked a little bit about what TACCA can do for contractors. So let's say that I am a new contractor. I'm new to this not new to the industry, but I've got a budding business, and I need to really be around some folks to understand more about what's going on in the contracting community and HVAC and at the legislative. How do I become involved? What do I do? What's the process? Is it a simple process? Is it difficult?
I think it's simple. I think as busy as everybody is, it may be a little more difficult than we know. In our board members, in our board meetings, but we're trying to create that simplicity where we can bring new contractors to the business. It's as simple as our website, tacca.org. Pretty much anything you need to know about us, as Todd knows, because he's created most of it, is on our website. So if we can get contractors, or if you're interested in what we're doing, go to the website. There's a membership application. All our benefits are there. And sometimes it's an issue. You're not interested in joining an organization until you need some help. So if there's any kind of question on business, any kind of question legality, labor laws, I've used national attorneys at our national ACCA for labor law issues. So I think when people start using us as a resource, then they'll realize what the benefit is.
Sure. So along that resource, I know a lot of contractors like to keep everything close to the chest, but really TACCA contractors in the state of Texas are open to helping new contractors that are coming into the industry, right? Mentorship is a big deal of what TACCA does.
It is, and I've been on and off this board for 20 years, and probably learned more about running a business by coming to board meetings. And every 2 years we have an ACL. We have a big conference here in Austin, and we have an opportunity to mix with contractors. So the networking opportunity is big. Part of our focus the last 20 years too has been we want to bring in the best of the best of the contractors. And that best of the best is always willing to train and create the next group.
Next group.
Yes, sir.
Next group coming up. So tell me, what does Roy Jones do for fun?
Totally opposite of air conditioning. Got interested in horses and rodeoing back when I was in high school, so I rodeoed at Texas Tech for 5 years, and then have continued that interest, team rope, bulldog, and rode bareback horses, and then got married. And the bareback horse riding went away because I didn't want to
Understandable.
Lose my business because I got hurt. But so horses is my passion. So, and I love to take new horses and train them. And as you get older, you kind of change your ways. But my focus lately has been just taking, kind of not neglected, but horses that haven't been used and just standing around, and then repurpose them. So, as long as they're gentle and, I can find what they're good at and, what their abilities are. And my focus down the road is to create horse programs for kids.
So this kind of dovetails into something I wanted to talk about. So your hobby, your passion, that horse and the rodeo and that, you're part of the ABC Rodeo Committee in Lubbock, is that correct? Big rodeo and everybody knows about it in the Lubbock, but you're giving back to that industry. And TACCA is similar, right?
Exactly.
You being a part of TACCA is you giving back to the industry that's giving to you. How you feed your family and employees and those kind of things. And that's one of the things that's a big driver of TACCA membership as well, right?
And that's the thing. I mean, if we're going to do this on a daily basis, our ultimate goal is to provide a good product to our consumer. So our basic mission from TACCA is to provide that professionalism and that quality and that opportunity for our contractors, for our consumers. So it's kind of a round, complete circle. As we serve on this board, we're actually affecting and influencing what the consumer of Texas gets in an air conditioning contractor, and our license has been a large part of that.
Great. Well, Roy, we're excited about you being on the 2019 president. We're excited about everything that's going to take place this year. I think we got some great things in store. We've got some big changes for TACCA, some new things coming on board that I think will be interesting for everybody. And most importantly, this industry is the best. First of all, it's the coolest industry in Texas. Coolest industry in Texas, and without air conditioning, you can't do anything around here.
No.
So we've got to have a group like TACCA that helps drive the industry forward through legislation and training and advocacy and education and helping just to raise that bar of professionalism. And we need your help as contractors to help do that. The more voices we have, the better our organization is going to be and the better your industry is going to be. So I really do look forward to 2019 and everything that it's going to hold. And thanks a lot for everything.
Thank you. My pleasure to serve, and look forward to a big year.
Great. So if you have any questions about TACCA, please feel free to call me, Todd McAllister, at 1-800-998-4822, or you can shoot me an email, todd@tacca.org. We look forward to seeing you all around the state. And again, thanks for being a part of the coolest industry in Texas, air conditioning. And we will see you around.